Okay, so today I'm going to be doing my top 5. Okay, instead of top 5, I'm just going to say 5. Five of my favorite movies that take place in the South. This is in no particular order because I love all these movies. Okay, first one I want to talk about, Funny Valentine's, came out in 1999, took place in North Carolina, has Alfre Woodard, Loretta Devine. I believe those were like the only stars of the movie, but when that movie came out, I was like 12 years old. And it's just such a homely movie. This woman, her husband was cheating on her, played by Alfre Woodard. She decides to just take a break from the big city life, go back down home to North Carolina, and that's when a lot of past secrets become uncovered. I don't want to do any spoilers on that, so I'll let you see it. I looked it up online, and it premiered on Showtime when it came out, but I don't know where you can see it now. You know, when you Google stuff, it'll show like if you can see it on Tubi or Netflix or something. So, but hey, maybe it's on YouTube with some clips or something. So check it out. Funny Valentine's. Second one on the list, read my little list here. What I want to talk about, much more familiar with you. Some of you younger viewers, maybe not so much, but Fried Green Tomatoes takes place in Alabama based off the book called The Fried Green Tomatoes at Whistle Stop. I want to say that's the title. I did have the pleasure of reading the book. The movie's so old that, of course, I saw the movie first because, it came out like 91, I believe. But in that movie, it goes back and forth between the present day and then back to the 1930s. Again, this is one of those movies where past secrets come out. There's revelations come out. This also covers, for those of you that are LGBTQIA members. Well, I don't want to say members, but you know what I mean. If you identify with that, I would definitely recommend reading the book because the book definitely has more detail, which that's always the case usually with that. So check that out. That's a classic for a reason. That's like, if you even Google movies that take place in the South, that will pop up along with like Gone with the Wind. Next on my list, Eve's Bayou, that took place in Louisiana, starring the phenomenal Journey Smollett, who has been acting her ass off ever since she was a little kid. Now, I think in real life, she's like a year older than me, so she was like 12 when this came out. It came out in 97, so she was like 11. And I don't even have to tell you about that. We all know if you like some scandal, voodoo, takes place in the 60s, I believe, in Louisiana. And, also Samuel Jackson, Lynn Whitfield, I can't forget about them now. And there's some few heavy hitters in there too. And also not Lena Horne. Oh, what's that lady's name? Diane Carroll played the voodoo lady in there. But one thing I love about this film is Samuel L's character and Megan Good. She played the daughter, one of his daughters. And Journey Smollett played another daughter, the younger daughter. You never could tell if he actually abused his daughter or if it was just in her head. You couldn't really tell if she just was in love with her daddy. I usually don't like stuff that messes with my head, usually when it comes to movies and stuff, because I don't like sitting there like, okay, what happened? But that one right there, it was done tastefully. So shout out to the director on that. Eve's Bayou. All right, now this one's probably the most famous one on the list, Forrest Gump. Took place in many places actually, but started off in Alabama. Forrest, he went and joined the Army, I think, or Marines. He fought in Vietnam. He became a ping pong champion. He was owner of Bubba Gump Shrimp. He did all these things. That's also based off a book as well. I haven't read the book yet because, like I said, that's another one of those movies that it came out so long ago. I was like 7 when it came out, so I wasn't like reading that kind of fiction at that time. But, you know, for a man to have a very low IQ like Forrest, he accomplished so much. And I think that did wonders for people with mental disabilities, because even, you know, today, even with the advancement that people with mental disabilities have, a lot of times people still view them as like, you know, invalids that don't have feelings, don't have a mind, don't have dreams. And that's something that was showcased in Forrest Gump. I'm pretty sure all of y'all have seen that, but if you haven't, check it out. Last on the list, last but certainly not least, Remember the Titans. Now, this takes place in Virginia. It's a debate if Virginia is considered to be the South, Southeast, or just East Coast. So that's just up to y'all. I'm gonna throw it in here though. Now this was the first time I saw what's that dude's name? The black dude. He's in a lot of stuff with he played in Paid in Full. If you know who I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, put it in the comments. But that was the first time I actually saw him, was in Remember the Titans. Of course, you got Denzel Washington, which you can't go wrong with Denzel. Denzel's one of these people that, even if the movie sucks, his role is usually always good. But this movie is a classic in the sense that you don't even have to be a football fan to enjoy this movie. You don't have to know anything about it. It covers football, but it covers social issues that were going on at the time, because I believe this was in the early 70s. You still had bad race relations. Also, this was based off a true story. And I always wondered if, because when this movie came out, the Tennessee Titans were not the Tennessee Titans yet. And I always wonder if they were maybe influenced by this movie to name themselves the Tennessee Titans, because at the time they were the Oilers, I believe. So, listen, I would recommend all of these. Let's see, if you are like in for like a chick flick moment, you're in a chick flick type mood, I would recommend Funny Valentines or Fried Green Tomatoes. A family film, I would say Forrest Gump, but there's some parts in there that aren't too family friendly. Remember the Titans, definitely a family friendly. That's actually a Disney movie. So check those out. Again, just some of my few favorite movies that take place in the South. As always, peace and blessings. Please follow, subscribe, share, like, and comment. Y'all have a good one.